After the most recent Sonic game releasing being Sonic Colors Ultimate, it's safe to say the community wasn't in the best place after that. Sonic Colors Ultimate, while admittedly not as awful as some people may have said, was still definitely not the best it could have been, and it's still appalling that it was sold, and still is, in this condition. So, Sonic Origins is here to wipe that stain off of the Sonic fanbase, and does it succeed? Well, let's get into it. For those on the back that don't know, Sonic Origins is the latest in Sega re-releasing the 4 classic Sonic games: Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. Not in that order. However, Sonic Origins is actually quite a bit different than some previous re-releases. Firstly, it brings the Christian Whitehead remasters of Sonic 2, Sonic CD, and Sonic 1 to PC and console. These versions were previously stranded on mobile phones, and it's great to see them here again. And also, this collection marks the first time in a long time that Sonic 3 and Knuckles has been released. And why is that, you may ask? Well, it has long been rumored that Michael Jackson actually helped write the OST for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And recently, Yuji Naka had even confirmed this on Twitter. But it seems that his statement was misinterpreted, actually. So after Michael Jackson died, the Michael Jackson estate, wanting to milk everything possible out of Michael Jackson, they ran into some issues re-releasing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and so the game has been in purgatory for all this time. And this marks the first time in forever that it's actually been re-released. But a few of the tracks in the game had to be changed, and believe me, we will get to that. So, that's what Sonic Origins is, a collection of the first 4 classic Sonic games, 5 if you count Sonic 3 and Knuckles as separate games, even though the collection doesn't actually include an option to play them separately. All remastered beautifully by Christian Whitehead, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles being remastered by Headcanon and Stealth. And along with Sega, they put it all together in a nice package, with some outstanding animations done by Powerhouse Animations. So, let's get right into it. First off, let's talk about the games included. Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles are all great games. Sonic 1 and CD may be less so, as they have a bit of annoying design left over from the 90s, where it's not as welcoming to new players as some would expect. Sonic 3, Knuckles, and Sonic 2 being much more generous in this regard. Sonic 1 in particular having a lot of sections where you just stand around waiting for things to happen, and some areas of that game are just not very fun to play in general. But all in all, these games are still timeless classics, and Sonic 3 Knuckles is easily one of my favorite platformers from this era. The versions included in Sonic Origins are not actually emulation. These games have been put into the Retro Engine, an engine developed by Christian Whitehead, to remaster them and fix a lot of problems found in the originals. And this also puts them in 16:9. So these are not the original ROMs of the games. These versions have all been handcrafted and come with a lot of nice extras that make these games so much more enjoyable and replayable. And on modern platforms, these games all run really well. There's no slowdown, no frame rate issues, unless you're on the PC version where de novo might cause you a few issues. But for me, I played on PC, and I didn't run into much. It was all solid and ran really well, and they all look great. In terms of gameplay, the spin dash and drop dash have both been reverse engineered and are now in every single game in the collection. And this is great, although the drop dash's implementation into Sonic 2 and Sonic 1 in particular is not really that good. In Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic CD, it's great, but for some reason in Sonic 1 and 2, it just doesn't feel that good to use. However, in Sonic 3 and Sonic CD in particular, it works really well, and the drop dash helps with time travel in that game a lot. And alongside that, just hosts of little changes to make the experience more enjoyable, like having a dedicated supersonic button in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You have no idea how helpful that is. That's actually awesome. So the games look, sound, feel great to play, and that should be the end of it, right? Well, no. There are a few issues with the games that I'll be discussing later on in the video, but right now I want to talk about the extra features that Sonic Origins has added. And while we transition to that segment, here's every single classic Sonic game ranked. So, Sonic CD is a pretty good game, but I feel it falls a bit short of the other classic Sonic games. It's got some really interesting gameplay, and it introduced a lot of cool stuff to the series, but I feel like that's a B tier for me. The Sonic the Hedgehog 1, there's a lot of zones here that I just don't like, and I think this one just hasn't aged that well. but I'm going to put it right below Sonic CD, as I do think Sonic CD is a more enjoyable game more consistently, but Sonic 1 has the higher highs. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, now that's a really good game. Sonic 3 is probably my favorite classic Sonic game, if it wasn't for this one, but still, it's awesome. Sonic 3D Blast? Yeah, you know where this one's going. Oh, and same with you. And so Sonic Mania? Now this game is awesome. It's a perfect continuation of the series, and it's a perfect classic Sonic throwback. I genuinely think I might prefer this one to Sonic 3. The Knuckles Chaotix I haven't actually played, and Sonic 2 was the first Sonic game I ever beat, and so I have a lot of connection to this game, but I do think it falls a bit short of Sonic 3 and Sonic Mania thanks to the tail end of the game being a little bit more underwhelming. So that's every classic Sonic game ranked. The brand new mission mode, being one of my favorite additions personally, is a great way to teach players how to play the game. It offers a bunch of short missions that you can sort of rapid fire through, but they teach you important parts of the games, and each of the game's quirks and gimmicks. For experienced Sonic fans, there's nothing really that challenging here, but a few of the later missions and the expert missions included in the DLC are pretty challenging to say the least, and a few of them even gave me some trouble. While this isn't the most in-depth addition to the game, it is very fun to plow through all these missions and try to get all the S ranks. The ranking system really helps here. To make these stages as replayable as they are, you just want to try and keep beating your score, and while it won't take you too long, there's still a lot of fun to be had here. Moving on, we have some pretty standard collection fare with a museum that includes images, videos, and music from the series' history. There's a bit of an issue with the Knuckles Chaotix music, where I believe it's one music piece forward than it should be, which is a mistake there. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that should probably get fixed in a patch. Other than that, it's pretty standard collection fare. There's nothing really that new or exciting here. There's some character sheets for the new animatics in the game, which I'll be talking about shortly. And there's really not much here that hasn't been done in other collections, which is kind of disappointing, because I think there could have been a bit more here. But as it stands, it's a perfectly fine thing. All the levels have also been retrofitted into a new online ranking system for speedrunning, and speedrunning Sonic games is always fun. I've got a few videos of that myself on the channel if you want to check those out. But yeah, speedrunning in Sonic Origins is just as fun as any other Sonic game. You gotta go fast. And it's really fun to see the community bickering online about who's getting the fastest time in all these levels, specifically from Sam's Procrastination Station. So yeah, overall, this was easily one of the best features they added to the game. Aside from that and some new menus, the last thing of note they added was these new animated cutscenes. And these are incredible. The opening and ending cutscenes of Sonic Origins are some of the best animated pieces of Sonic media that I've ever seen. These are wonderfully done by Powerhouse Animations, and I would love to see more of this. More of this, please. Animated cutscenes in these Sonic games. Don't waste all the budget on CGI for trailers, just have these kinds of cutscenes in the games. This is great, and adds so much personality to all the games. A cutscene will play at the ending and beginning of each game, really tying in the stories of the games, and that makes it all the better when you play them in the story mode, which is also another new inclusion. These cutscenes add so much personality and character to the world all these characters live in, and they're great, they're all around great. My only complaint is, there should have been more of them. I just want to see more of these cutscenes. And it's kind of disappointing that we didn't get a cutscene where Sonic and Knuckles fight, because that was advertised in the trailer, but it was just used for the opening. So yeah, those are all the extra features of Sonic Origins. Almost all the additions in Sonic Origins are pretty good. The cutscenes, the mission mode, the story mode, they're all really fun to play around with, and provide a nice experience. But there are some issues with the package as a whole that I'm going to discuss right now. While playing Sonic Origins, I only ran into 2 bugs. The first bug was Tails' AI in Sonic 2. Every time he was off screen, he just kept jumping, disrupting the music, so I finished my playthrough as just Sonic. And in Sonic CD, I had a weird collision error at one point, but I was never able to replicate it, so I assume it might have just been a one-off thing. So, while I didn't run into any issues while playing, a lot of people certainly did, and there's a lot of clips of it online, so you can go check those out for yourself. But yeah, this launch should not have happened with this many issues. This is a collection of classic Sonic games, and I think this should have been a lot more ironed out, and it's been confirmed by headcanon that the reason this is because the higher-ups at Sega rushed the game out the gate before it was ready. And I don't like that. I don't think that's how this should have been handled, but I don't think there's much we can do about that now if that's a business model Sega want to go with. I don't support this, and I don't think you should too. But I still did enjoy my time with Sonic Origins. Then there's a confusing DLC model that the game launched with. $5 for features that really should not have left the base game in general, like zooming in the main menu or character animations. It's a lot of just cosmetic features, and the only real thing that adds to your gameplay experience is the harder missions, which were really good, but I still don't think this should have been DLC. This is definitely one practice I want Sega to stop with the next game, and I really hope they don't put it in Sonic Frontiers. And finally, we've got to talk about the Michael Jackson music. The music they replaced it with is the prototype music for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, released on the PC version originally. But they had Jun Senoue come in and sort of fix it up. But while fixing it up, he sort of made it sound like it was from Sonic 4. Now, I don't think any of these new songs are awful or anything, it's just they don't live up to the hype or to the level themes at all. These songs just don't get the same feeling as the originals did, and not even the original prototype music. So, this was definitely an underwhelming change, but it's only 3-4 songs that were replaced, so it's not going to be the biggest issue, and we can just mod it back in anyway. And speaking of that, the mod support for this game has been awesome. People are already creating mods for Origins, even as the game was like 1 day old. It's incredible, and kinda sad to see that we have to resort to this so early. But, still, not a huge issue, and that tackles just about all the issues I had with Origins, or at least that other people have had. Now, while I still think Sonic Origins is a great game, a lot of people might get a bit more value out of this by waiting for a sale, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to buy this at launch. Even though I recommend it, a lot of people still won't buy it, and that's fine. You can totally keep playing it, keep playing your ways like Sonic 3 Air, is what I would say if Sega didn't delist the other games on Steam, which is a bit of a scummy move, but... And this prevents people from playing Sonic 3 Air, so that's not good. I don't like that either. So in the end, while there are a lot of issues with Origins that prevent it from being an outstanding collection, I still think this is a great collection of games that's totally worth the price. But some people might get more value by waiting for a deal, and that's totally fine. Don't let my opinion sway you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just giving my thoughts on Origins, and I think it's great. I had a lot of fun playing this, I 100%ed the game on Steam, and I look forward to keep playing this throughout the summer. So, those are my thoughts on Origins. That's it for me, Davron, signing off.